High above the valleys, where the air felt cool and thin, and the mountains unfolded in long, patient layers, an alpine marmot stood still at the edge of a rocky rise. Its rounded body was sturdy and warm, covered in thick, fur-colored like sunlit stone and dry grass. Small ears twitched gently as it listened. From this lookout, the marmot could see far. Below, alpine meadows stretched wide and open, dotted with wildflowers that bloomed close to the ground, purple, yellow, and white, resilient against wind and cold. Narrow paths curved through the grass where generations of marmots had traveled between burrows and feeding places. The marmot lifted its head slightly higher, standing on its hind legs. This was not a moment of alarm, it was a moment of care. The mountains were never silent, but they were never loud either. Wind moved steadily along the slopes, brushing against stone and grass. Somewhere far off, water trickled down from melting snow, carving its slow path toward the valleys below. The marmot's dark eyes followed movement without urgency. A butterfly drifted between flowers. A cloud passed over the sun, cooling the meadow for a moment before warmth returned. Everything was noted, nothing was rushed. Nearby, other marmots moved quietly, nibbling on grasses and low plants. They trusted the lookout. They trusted the pause. The marmot lowered itself briefly, grooming its fur with careful movements, then rose again. The lookout was not about fear, it was about readiness, about knowing when the world was calm and when it asked for attention. Optional, gentle global phrases could settle softly into the moment. All is well. Tout va bien. Todo tranquillo. Dat jumpfu. Kanchana. As the sun climbed higher, light spilled across the mountainside, warming rocks that had held the night's chill. The marmot shifted its position slightly, choosing a stone that caught the warmth just right. It rested there, half standing, half sitting, breathing steadily. From this height, time felt different. Minutes stretched gently. Hours passed without pressure. The marmot's life followed seasons rather than schedules, summer meadows, long winters underground, and the quiet in between. A distant bird crossed the sky, its shadow gliding briefly over the grass. The marmot watched, then relaxed again. The meadow remained peaceful. As afternoon approached, clouds gathered along the peaks, softening the edges of the mountains. The marmot gave one last long look across the land, then lowered itself fully and moved toward the burrow entrance, hidden among stones and roots. Before disappearing underground, it paused once more, nose lifted to the air, committing the moment to memory. The mountains would remain. The meadow would breathe. And when the world needed watching again, the marmot would return to its lookout quiet, steady, and ready.